Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna be. I don't know how this is gonna be me streaming and keep going back and forth and shit. Cause I remember one dude, um, I had a stream popped up. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna be, cause I had a stream popped up, and and I clearly got permission. I had permission from a dude from a YouTube live stream channel saying, well, it was a chick, and she was saying, yeah, you could use the music as long as you shout out Stitchy as fuck on the stream. You know, give him a shout out, and that's what I did. But it's like Twitch didn't Twitch didn't like kind of flag the thing, but YouTube was saying that shit like copyright. It wasn't a copyright claim, and so now I'm looking at YouTube kind of funny style like, yo, I have permission from somebody to use this. And so now I'm in a dilemma because I don't have a second screen to look at the chat and then play this music on my phone. That's how I missed dude yesterday. Because he was like, who are you talking to or something? And it's like periodically I got to keep going back to my OBS to see who's like saying something. So I'm like, my man. And today it almost felt like I didn't even want to do this today. You know what I mean? I almost didn't even want to get on here. I mean, not because it's like because of Twitch or nothing, but it was just, man, I had a hard workout. Like I was working out hard as hell. But and then I was just figuring out something like what did I really wanted to do today and everything. It was just a whole trying to figure out something to like really work on. So I mean, there's like a few things I got, but yeah, I was watching this thing about like how these game companies are trying to get people to buy loot boxes and shit. And it's like one of the first times I really got involved in like hearing about loot boxes is when I played the Division and I seen, you know, the whole looting system and shit. And I was like, cause I never heard of this stuff before. So I was like, you know, what is this? And so I'm up here playing the Division and seeing this loot system. And I was like, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in my life. Where you're fighting to get something that has a chance to drop. That was the first time I've ever heard of anything like that. I was like, man, what? I was like, who came up with some shit like this in the first place? And I'm like, I'm hearing about the loot box because I was trying to get Nomad at the time. Like, well, it was part of the thing I was trying to get. And I was like, this is some stupid shit. That's like going to the grocery store and like every time, like, say if you wanted like a different brand of cereal, like say if you wanted a particular brand of cereal and you buy it, and then as soon as you open it, it's a brand of cereal you didn't want, and you got to keep going back and buying the cereal until like the 15th chance you buy into it, then you finally get what you wanted. But you bought like, and it's like every box of cereal has is a white box with a big black question mark on it, and it's like how come you just can't beat bosses and get the shit out of it? Like it's just a stupid mechanic. And then I hear like on this thing, these companies be like knowing how you press left and right and trying to like use these algorithms to get how you play so they can market certain shit to you. I'm like, see, that's what I was saying in one of these videos. I was like, the video game industry is going to get worse. People talk about this PlayStation 5 and people can't find it and people want it so bad, but at the same time there's a cost to this shit. Like hardcore cost. And it's like people don't know that is like this thing, or I don't really know what they think, but they probably don't even know about it. It's like you're being monitored without you knowing about it, playing a video game. And I'm like, see, that's my point. Like, nobody was doing that before in the old school era. And now we live in this era. Some people don't mind it. It's like, well, if you got nothing to hide, but it's not, you're not hiding anything playing a video game because you're just playing this shit. But it just feels like it's like this hardcore manipulation they're trying to do without you knowing about it. And they make the game hard, or like whatever the case is, so you could just say fuck it and I'm gonna just buy into the thing. And I'm like I said, it's gonna get a lot worse. Like, as they was talking about, I guess like NBA 2K, they was doing some like shit with the loot boxes and EA. And I'm like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, the last time I played an NBA Live game was NBA Live 02. Because I remember I used to play NBA 98 a lot. And then I skipped 99, 2000, 2001 and went to 2002. I haven't played an NBA Live or NBA 2K game. Well, I never played an NBA 2K game. Never played Madden. Except for like when I was in the store one time. And that was just that one time. It was on display. But I haven't played like an NBA game since like 02 like that. And then I got one of them NBA 2K19 or something like that because it was free. And so, but I hear that is like it's microtransaction heavy. And I'm like, nah, dude, I wouldn't be buying into some shit like that. And I was saying in one of these videos, I was like, microtransactions should only be good for cosmetic shit. It shouldn't be like a pay-to-play system. Not saying there's some broke people out there and like they don't want to buy the shit. But it's just kind of like, it's like it's like an unfair playing field. Where it's just like, I don't know. Like, you gotta, I mean, but that's kind of almost the way the world works. Like, you gotta have big bank to like get an advantage. But this is a game where people are supposed to be playing. It's not supposed to be mimicked off of real life. And you just keep adding this stuff in and calling people whales and crawdads and dolphins or whatever the fuck the phrases are. And I'm like, wow. It's just got what's it called? Predatory. It just got too ridiculous. And it's just like they don't see that what they're doing is a straight up problem. Because it's like, the shareholders, they get something, they don't see a problem with it because they're getting paid. They're getting money. And I'm like, bro. See, that's what I was saying the other day. Like, it's not fun no more. When you got companies being so greedy where it's like, we want to get paid any means by any means necessary. And it's like the $60 that the game is worth ain't enough. Cause I mean, then they come up with like different bundles where like the regular game is $60, but then the special edition is like 80, and then the ultimate edition is 100 or 120. And I'm like, damn, dude. Like I said, it's not even worth it. But here we are. These games are going to get a lot. I'm telling you, it's just going to get a lot worse. And people seem like they don't see that shit. I mean, I want the PlayStation 5, but I know what's up though, cuz it's going to get to the point like I said, the more these games start get outrageous, the more they're going to be asking for. And then the thing is, like look at Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 costs $265 million. Yeah, was it 265 or 269 million? But regardless of that, it costs that much to make the game. But really, $190. I think the rest of the stuff was like legal fees and like licensing fees and shit. But they got way more money than it cost to make the game in 3 days. It was $880 million the first day, and then a $1 billion the 3 days. They could have just rolled off into the sunset and just, well, not rolled off into the sunset. They could have just been like, okay, we got our money, and then we could just make DLCs and shit and just make them shits free. We just drip feed them and don't ask for no money. But then they added the shark cards and the shit. And it's like, you don't need no money. You didn't need and continuously to make all that money to keep making DLCs. But it's like they did it though. And they're gonna keep doing the shit. And so then they was like, we didn't. Then Strauss Zelnick was like, oh, we didn't go far enough with the, oh, we can't go far enough with the DLCs and our future titles. And it's like, come on, man, you need more money, dude. And I think they said like Red Dead Redemption got like $700 million. I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to pocket watch or nothing. But it's like, damn, dude. I mean, it's like, it's like people in the game company don't make games to make games no more. It's like this whole like greed for the sake of the shit. And I'm like, my man. You ain't chilling. I mean, this it's like I said, it's getting to the point. It's getting ridiculous, and they keep saying like EA is like real crazy with this shit. Like I said, it ain't about the games at this point. And then that's what, the matter of fact, that's why they always had these buggy ass games people keep talking about, because they don't. It's not about the game. It's about the money. Like how much money can we squeeze out of people? And that's where they go wrong. And that's why all your shit is all buggy. People got problems because they never made it really for the people to play games. It's just like this whole, we just want to get money out of people, and just if they complain, oh well, it's like let them eat cake or something. And they just go along with the program. And people that's been in the industry that know better, they just go along with the shit. It's like nobody's really saying like, yo, this is wrong and we need to make some real shit. Because I guess they don't want to upset the shareholders. I'm like, dude. Because I know damn well, whenever I make my company, I'm never in a million years, I'm never making loot boxes. And especially like you gotta, like I said, the cosmetic shit, I get that. You know, and it should only be for like Easter egg shit. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like you gotta buy this to win in this game. That shit is whack. That shit is 100% whack, and they know it. Because it was just like, I'm gonna be honest, I paid $120 for the Division 2 just to get that, like, what's it called, a lullaby. You get the lullaby shotgun, and you get like a few other shit. But it's like when it's all said and done, it don't amount to anything. And when you progress in the game, that shotgun is just like whatever. And I was like, that's the last time I do some shit like that. $120 for a whack ass game like the Division 2. I'm like, nope. But that's how they get you though. And plus, at the time, I mean, it still applies. I mean, I had the money. I mean, it's not like I'm really upset about the whole microtransaction thing. I mean, I get the premise of it, but like I said, when you try to be like this whole gambling shit and it be gambling to kids, and the kids don't know better, then there's just a problem, dude. And it's like nobody's checking the shit, and you even like, well, you got countries being like, nah, this ain't cool, because it's just ridiculous. And it's like, again, these companies, man, they there's just something wrong with them, because they forgot what it was like before, like all this shit start coming into play, all the microtransactions and all this shit. They just forgot how it was, because they see the money, and now they just turned greedy. And it's not about the game anymore. And I'm like, fuck that, man. I gotta somehow round these edges off, but let me see something before let me see something real quick. I bet this ain't even gonna be even. Nope. I mean, I could do it from the base of the side, but oh man, like I'm gonna save this real quick. But like I said, it's just like these game companies. I'm telling you, it's just gonna get hella worse. Cause I see it. Like I said, I see it how it's gonna be. Like straight up. Oh no, dude, don't no. And then you got some like some companies will send up there like, oh, we're not gonna have microtransactions. It's gonna be, a regular like $60 game. But then later on, then they sat up there and was like, oh, we're gonna have microtransactions, but it's just not gonna be so bad. It was like they planned on doing that all along. They was just placating to the audience so they could have this good guy mentality shit. And I'm like, I wasn't fucking with that in the first place. Cause it's just like nowadays this is the motherfucking norm now. Like all these like microtransactions and everything. So it's just like people just better understand what's gonna happen. And then when the shit happens, I'm gonna be right there like, see? It's not gonna be the same. And it's like a lot of these kids, they think like if you even think about it, these kids think microtransactions is the norm. Cause they didn't grow up in the era of Nintendo, Sega, Super Nintendo and shit. Even like the first two PlayStations. You know what I mean? Like they were like, cause I mean I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, my first system was like Nintendo 64," or "My first system was the PlayStation 2." It's usually between those two. 64 meaning like the PlayStation, Sega Saturn. So they always say like 64, and then it'd be like PlayStation 2. And so when you grow up in that era, you're not gonna know that like Mario 1 or 2 or Sonic 1, or Sonic Spinball or something like that didn't have microtransactions. You just paid the game. You paid the money for the game, and that was the end of it. So it's just like microtransactions is the thing, and not thinking that it was another way. And then you got like these mobile games and shit. And I'm like, see, that's the problem. No, wait a minute. Let me go back. Let me go back. Yeah, that's right. It should be. But yeah, like I said, this is gonna get worse. But it's like don't listen to me when the shit, cause it's gonna get so unbearable that it's not even gonna be worth playing this shit in the future. Like if nobody tries to stop this shit, like okay, these games have gone too far. It's getting too bad for the consumer. Wait a minute. I need to hold on to this. I need to hold on to one. But yeah, it's just gonna get so bad later on. It's just gonna get too impossible to play this shit, and people just gonna be like, "What happened to the old way of playing video games?" And it's not gonna be the same. Cause it's like when they took away the Game Shark and everything with the PlayStation 3 era, when they took that shit away. Cause I remember I was asking my friend about that. I was like, "Yo, what happened to the Game Shark and shit or the Code Breaker?" He was like, "They got rid of that," and I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah." I forgot the reason why or what he said why they got rid of it, but I was like, "Oh shit." You know what I'm saying? Cause like I would say for the longest time I've been playing games, especially with the PlayStation 2. I've been playing games with the codes, even with like the Sega to a certain degree. You know, like up, A, down, A, left, right, hold, A, start. That was the Sonic one code, and then like Sonic 2, like they had a code that you could punch in through like the music player. I think it was like 217 something. And you know what I'm saying? I know I didn't have it. I didn't have the Game Genie for Nintendo. I was playing like games regular, but my friend Daniel did though. He had the Game Genie. I remember we was playing. Oh, what was his name? Oh, what was his name? Little Nemo. Yeah, he had the codes for that shit. But then like the PlayStation came out, I was having mad codes. Me and my friend was like doing some mad shit. And then it was like, that's just how it was. And that PlayStation 3, they took that shit away. I was like, oh shit. I gotta actually try in these games now. I felt like my privileges were being taken away from me. And I actually had to try in life in this game. I was like, oh shit, this ain't gonna be fun. But it's like I got used to it and shit, but you know what I mean? And then they want to make you try, then you get achievements and all this shit. Like, I don't care about all this achievement shit. I do not care about that. And then, ironically, I got the platinum on one of my accounts in the division. That's the only game, a game I do not like, I got a platinum in that. That shit is crazy. But I'm just like, this whole shit with these achievements is just too much. And all this shit about microtransactions. Cause like with like Black Desert is the worst one I've seen. One of the worst. I'm looking at Black Desert funny. Cause it costs like in reality it costs like $30 fucking for one fucking outfit. And I'm like, yo, word? And it's just imagine if you wanted to get like a lot of outfits for your like main character. That's a lot of fucking money. Like we're talking about damn near $90 for 3 outfits. And then imagine if you want all of them. Then imagine if you want for multiple characters. It's like, nah. Cause I think you can't earn. I don't think you can earn pearls in game. You have to buy them shits. And I'm like, nope. I'm like, nah. So I'm like, dude. And I understand they kind of want to justify some of their shit, but at the same time, it don't cost you. See, this is what I'm saying. It really doesn't cost the developers that much shit, because all you're going to do is copy and paste the program that attached the clothes to the actual character. Like, the programming is there. Your suit that they make is going to be grade like this model. And all you're going to do is take their existing outfit, like the existing outfit that they already have on them, alter it just a little bit, and that's an outfit. Because the actual model of that character's like clothes is already there. It's like if I wanted to make some more bike shorts for if I wanted to make some new bike shorts, I could just take duplicate this existing model and change up, like give it like I don't know, like a bevel, so it could be like trim, and then that's a new outfit. Give us $30 for that. Like that's why, cause I bought like a couple outfits before, but then it wasn't a lot. But then I had to stop because I'm like, nah, I'm not justifying this shit, dude. I'm not justifying this. Because all this shit in Black Desert, it's like I could make that now. Because it matter of fact, it was around the time I really started getting into this, where I was like, I could just almost recreate the outfits. Like I'm not gonna completely like steal their design, but I could like make my own versions of the shits now. And that's basically why I was like, no, I'm not doing this shit. But a lot of people are not like doing what I'm doing to feel that way. But it's like these game companies are cheating people out of their money. Like it don't cost you $30 to do all that. Like I said, I could just wait. Let me get out of this. Wait, let me work on this because I'm about to show a clear example of this. Cause I'm like, nah, y'all gotta get on with that. Man, let me save this. Cause they must be crazy. That's why, like I said, that's why I stopped getting into the shit. Now it's just like shorts. Here it is. I'm gonna duplicate it, shift D, hold shift and D. There's a duplicate of these shorts. Now all I will have to do is put like a motherfucking like Bezier curve, go to edit. It should have those motherfucking lines though. Like the handles. Well, it doesn't have to have the handles. But then it's like you're gonna delete them shits and use the surface. And then you're gonna draw on the shit. But I mean it would be good like you go to the bevel data property and then just say like, I mean this is a crude version of it, but and there's your bevel, your trim line, instead of it being flat, it actually is raised. And then you're just gonna like color them shits or make them glow in the shade and the emitter and shit, having all this emitter node and you have that's your new design, and that's now it's $30. Give us $30 just for something I just easily did in a few minutes. And I'm like, if you don't get out of here with that, man. Let me delete this shit. So I'm like, yo. I mean, they basically like ripping people off. Like I said, if you're gonna do this shit, I mean, at least make it like a bundle. If you're gonna ask people for that much money, don't just be like, just give us $30 for one item. I mean, if you see, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to even pull some shit like that off, at least be on some real shit and be like, like $30, you get three things. Like each thing is $10. And for a bundle, you get three things for $30. And that would have almost justified it. Like, okay, I can get down with that. But if you just flat out asking people for all that money for one item, it's not even justified. I'm like, man, fuck that. And trust me, the shit is enticing to a certain degree, but like I said, it's not even worth it. Like more than half the time, it's not even worth it, dude. Like I said, unless you be like 99 cents for something, or like $2, You know what I mean? That's something else. Like your microtransactions should just be basically cosmetic. It should be no more than $10. And if it's like if it is more than 10, it should be $20 and that's the cap. And and that $20 should be some bundle or some special sale or some shit. It shouldn't be all that, man. Especially when your game made like more than it cost to make the shit. Like it cost us like $90 million to make this game, but we got like 500 million. You could afford to just give people like $10 items here and there. It's like damn. Or $20 bundles. I mean, you sitting up there to giving like $30 for one fucking outfit, dude. Hell nah. Cause I mean, believe me, I bought shark cards. I'm like, I wouldn't do it like for especially for five. I wouldn't do it again. Cause they be having them sales and shit, and they be make you feel like, yeah, I need to get in on this. But at the same time, those sales, like you don't need to buy every fucking item in the game. You could just buy one good supercar and basically rock out with that the whole game almost. And oh, believe me, because I was saying this, I remember saying this a while back, since on the topic of GTA. GTA 6 is going to utilize the truck of the cars. Watch. The reason why I'm saying that shit is because of motherfucking like the horse in Red Dead Redemption, how you put weapons in the motherfucking the saddle. You're gonna be able to put weapons in the trunk the same way. They're gonna utilize it, and then you can own. I'm gonna say this: you can only have like a pistol. They might let you get the submachine gun and uh, like a combat MG. Cause I mean you could like hold both of those, like all three of them shits. You could have a SMG on like I mean a Uzi on one pocket, then a regular handgun in another, and then just hold like like a heavy light machine gun, like a heavy light machine gun, like I said, like the combat MG or the other one. It's like it's the Russian style gun. It's gonna be stuff like that. The only way you can take out a rocket launcher and a motherfucking like minigun, you go into the back of your truck and get it, and you only could use that one thing. No, they will let you use a handgun, and then you will swap out the combat MG and the Uzi and just have the minigun and a handgun. They're gonna be doing some shit like that. Watch. I already sensed the shit. Cause they're making it as we speak. Like, cause they're gonna make it difficult. They're gonna make this game difficult to be doing some real shit. Watch. Like I said, I already see it. I mean, it's gonna be bananas. Watch. It's gonna be like, oh, really? And then the shark cars at 6 is gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be worse than Red Dead Redemption. Cause dude said the shit. Like, how far do you want it to go? I mean, they want to take this shit real far. But mark my words, this shit is gonna be insane. Cause I already see. I mean, you asked me about like make my shit. Like I said, I just plan on just like whatever I make off the game, that's cool. And anything else is just gonna be just cosmetic, like it's like tied to like Easter eggs or some shit. It's not gonna be on some like crazy, like give me 50, like even like with GTA and that shark card, like the $100 shark card can't buy you like a whole upgrade to the yacht. You gotta already have money in your bank prior to buying the shit. You know, like the motherfucking the golden helicopter and the golden private jet is basically more than $100. But then they shot themselves in the foot with the smugglers run shit because you could just have a regular version of them same vehicles, take them shits into your hangar and then make them go. But see, watch, they gonna learn their lesson from this one, and they're gonna make sure like that gold paint is gonna be impossible to get, or they're gonna make sure you can't do that if they decide to make another smugglers run for GTA 6, because all these DLCs that they made, they're gonna return back in GTA 6 with a different name. It's just gonna be a whole thing. And I'm like people just don't see it. They come on, man. They just don't see that shit. See, but I'm already hip to the game. That's why I'm spitting game. Cause I'm telling people, I'm spitting game to people. Whoever's listening to this shit, they gonna be like, damn, this dude is telling the truth. Cause I got no reason to lie. Man, you can tell these names of motherfucking. Cause who is XG1597532IRA2? Like, who was that, man? There's already some dude that's a bot. I ain't with all that. Wait a minute, what? See, because I'm up in your ass before you even know it. That's on some real shit. I mean, that's crazy, but that's what I'm saying. These game companies, it's just gonna get too much, and people gonna be like, yo, we gonna revolt. And then watch the game companies, they're gonna tell people they're sorry, and it's already, they got PR people, and they're like, just tell the public we're sorry, and they don't mean it. They don't mean that shit. Cause I could already tell. Cause I mean, look how they operating. No, wait a minute, I messed up. I should do this to the right side. See, cause like I said, with my shit, you could tell that I'm really trying hard to make something. I work my finger to the bone, to the bone. And you could like some people could tell and shit, but just like these game companies, I don't know. It's just like look how bad people got on Anthem, and then I guarantee you people gonna no, you know what's gonna happen if they make an Anthem 2 or whatever the case is. People gonna be right there buying it, but they're gonna be like, oh, but remember the first one and how people had promise and then they fucked us over. But you're gonna be right there buying two though. It's just like I just wanted to see how the flying mechanics work because my characters can fly, and it's not gonna have no cooldown period. That shit was dumb. But I just wanted to see how that flying mechanic was, cause like I said, my characters can fly, and it's like you never see like flying mechanics in games hardly. And so I was like interested in the shit, but I accidentally. It's not that I accidentally bought it twice, but it was like it was just a whole thing. Like I found it for $13 on like what was that? I forgot where I bought it. I think now Amazon. It was $13, and I was like, I didn't want no physical copy, but then I bought it, and then like a few days later, it was $13 on the Play Store, like the PlayStation Store, and I'm like, damn. So I bought it twice, so I wouldn't have to be removing my CD, because the only CD in there is GTA. Everything else is digital. So anyway, so I was like, whatever. I bought it twice just to see the flying mechanic. I mean, it's a good enough flying mechanic, and I was like, okay, that's cool. That's the only reason why I bought it. Like all the other stuff, I didn't care, but EA just think that like we sold two copies. They don't care about why I bought it. But But two, I'm not buying two. Yo! Son of a motherfucker. Ain't this a bitch? My shit crashed on me. Oh well. Yeah, cause I think I know what I did. Anyway. Yeah, anyway. Let me get back to business. Like I said, I mean, they don't care about making a good product. They were like, we got what we got out of people, and that's just how it is. Oh, come on. Oh, I noticed something. I shut the eyebrows and stuff down. Ain't this some shit? Damn, it didn't do. I can't believe my shit done crashed on me. Live on the air. You know, like I'm gonna start saving. No, I'm not gonna be paranoid. I'm not gonna be paranoid. Like I gotta save it every time. But it was just like, damn, I did the front part and just, dude. You gonna do that on me? That was insane, thing. See, and then it's like for me, I'm coming from a place like, look, it's just like I was listening to one of DMX song. See, a lot of young people would know who DMX is, but he was like, "How many times I got to tell you, rap? I have no friends." And that's basically how I'm coming into the industry. I'm like, look, I don't care about sparing nobody's feelings. I mean, I don't want to be like sound bogus or nothing, but it's like, I mean, if you want to be cool with me, I'm gonna be cool with you, but at the same time, no. Like I said, I'm up here doing my own shit. And whoever want to like get down with me, that's cool. But it's just like I'm seeing how the industry is like, and I'm like, nah. There's too much fuckery going on. And it's just like I said, I've been playing games all this time. It's just like as a player base, people get tired of like people get tired of the lies and everything. And people know they being lied to, but what could they say? Because the company's just gonna do whatever it wants to do, and then the people just gotta take it or leave it. But then some people like what is called sadomasochists. They gonna, even though they don't like this decision, they gonna go along with it anyway. And I'm like, damn. Now we didn't have to do all that back in the day, and especially with the emulator when that came out. Like, I mean, we was playing free games. You think we was gonna pay for all this shit that we was playing? Like, me and my man Sean was playing this game called Populous. That was one of the worst games that ever existed. You think we was gonna pay for that shit? But then it's like the Division was worse than that, because you hear this word all thrown around all the time. The game has potential, but it's just that doesn't utilize it right. So I'm like, nah. I'm like, get out of here with that. Because these games nowadays, half of these games that come out ain't even worth the $60 they asking for. I would say some of these games are worth like $20 at best. Like I said, I ain't trying to shit on people, but some of these games ain't worth the asking price. Like, you want $60 for what? See, I'm saving. I'm saving this. And then it's like I slid my cursor across something and it just shut down on me. I'm like, how did that happen? Oh, then I was sitting up there watching. I'm not gonna say the game, but I was watching a particular like some particular people playing this particular game. And I'm like, yo, the hype. I mean, it's cool that they're hyped over this game, but at the same time, I mean, it could get real annoying how they was acting. I mean, especially this one chick, she was just like, yo. I was like, if you don't shut up, though. I mean, it was her excitement was just annoying. And I'm like, dude. I mean, I don't want to say like I don't want to say it anything like crazy, but she was just too hyped over, and I'm like, it was just too ridiculous. I'm like, dude. And so I didn't even watch her full video because I was like, shut up. And this ain't got nothing to do with female gamers. I'm talking about her, this one person in particular. Cause damn near every game, I would say every game, like person playing the game, they are mostly all like female gamers. That's all I'm watching. Is female gamers. But it's just this one with these two in particular was just too much. I'm like, damn. But like the other ones I watch, I mean, they're cool. You know, it's like OC Deidre and Lightweight Gaming. I mean, I watch them all the time. But it's just the other two that I was talking about. Because one of them, I didn't even know her name. The other one, I had to like just stop watching her completely. And I'm like, woo! Like, I ain't gonna say no names, but damn. Let me try to move some of this over. Well, I need to move this over. Oh no, this ain't working out right. No, go back. Let me see. I just need to move some over. Now, as soon as I do this ponytail, I'm going to bounce. And I need to see how this is going to be like. Wait a minute, no, I need to make this simple. See, now I'm checking the shit and nobody ain't saying nothing except for that bot. See, alright, man. Seeing this waviness, nah, go curly or something. Nope. No, wait a minute. Oh, this takes some concentration, though. Oh, that's too much. Oh, then it's like I've been watching this dude. I don't know why I've been watching his shit lately. But it's this guy that's always talking about video games and how like the writing is bad and everything. I mean, he's been talking about like shit for like forever. Then they be talking about movies. Like it's another dude, or maybe the same guy, but they seem like, I don't know if it's the same dude, but with two different channels. I don't know. But it's like the way he be talking about the shit makes it seem like, okay, and you've been doing this for years. Like years. Since I've been knowing about this dude since like 2015. So you would think if he made a movie or a video game, it would have no flaws in the story whatsoever. Everything you could find a flaw in all literary works ever. Like I'm pretty sure you could find flaws in Shakespeare shit, and he's supposed to be known as the greatest, one of the greatest writers of all time. So it just makes it seem like, okay, if you could do better, than write a movie or something like that, and then see if anybody not gonna heat up on your shit. And then it be talking about like the intros of the shit is going on too long and be like heating up on it. Like, come on, man. Man, always heating up on shit. They be like, you try to make a movie or video game script, dude. I mean, always heating up on somebody. I'm like, dude. I mean, some things that he says is valid, though. I'd be like, yeah, that is true. But most of the time, it's like, dude, come on. Just, could you do any better is the question. And I highly doubt it. Because, like I said, see, you did it, somebody will be finding all types of flaws in your shit. And you be looking dumb, like, damn. But it's like, nope. Cause it's just like that song "Calm Down" with Eminem and Busta Rhymes. He said this shit. Eminem, he was like, he was heating up on the people in his line, and that's true. It's like, dude, like I said, this particular dude I'm talking about. You make a movie or a video game script and see if it's gonna be perfect. That shit should have no flaws in that shit whatsoever. Cause you cover so many video games and movies, you know what to do and not to do. I mean, his shit should be like just flawless all over the place. I don't want to hear nothing. Cause you've been heating up on people too long. So you should know better. Alright, this should be enough space to put the bowl right here. Now, why is it? What is it doing? Don't fuck me over, bro. I still need to hook this up. Alright, that should be good enough. Damn, that means I gotta make this. I gotta make the bow bigger than. No, yeah, I have to see it later. Eventually. I mean, everything looks like how it's supposed to look. It's just making sure this piece, right, like this part in the middle, is clamped together enough for the bows that's supposed to go on her hair. But other than that, alright, I'm done. I mean, I might have to just go in here and fix this, the, the, the tips, but other than that, I'm finished. Yeah. Oh, I was about to say, what the hell? I should make the. No, it's the same thing. Well, I know what I need to do, but I'm not gonna do that because it's somewhat unnecessary to keep doing the whole subdivisions here. But no, yeah, you know what? Let's see. Mm, but then I might have to do it for everything. All right. Listen, I'm gonna change this because this is kind of distracting me. I'm gonna just put like. That'll be the one I use for everybody else, whoever I come up with a different hairstyle for. And that's it. Yup. I'm gonna have to do all the braids off camera. Yeah. But other than that, I'm finished. Yeah, I'm finished today. See y'all later tomorrow. Peace.